So in a new episode on America First, well, I'm sure a lot of you are unaware that we're currently at war with Iran because we decided to get involved in the Middle East. So I'm pretty sure you guys are unaware that we've been jumping in for Israel for the past over 60 years. Because, we've actually been occupied right now. And this all started after the World Trade Center got bombed or demolition, because that plane theory is that just a theory. But anyway, ever since then, we've been getting involved in the Middle East. First it was with Afghanistan, Iraq, and then for those of you who are unaware, we've been actually involved in the occupation or, overthrowing in Yemen, Syria, Jordan. Why? Because we're currently helping Israel so that they could control the Middle East. So they always say that it's because of the nuclear weapons capabilities, but there's an agreement that everybody can have a nuclear weapon, every country. It's just they can't exceed a certain percentage, a certain amount. So right now, again, we're at war with Iran currently, and it's gotten serious because we, with the help of Israel, Israel with our help, have killed the supreme leader of Iran, the Ayatollah. So because of that, that's going to bring problems, a lot of problems, not only from abroad, but it's going to affect us domestically. And because of that, people are saying that, oh, this is to cover up what's going on to Epstein files, and because Donald Trump's involved in it. If you want to get technical, a lot of celebrities, your favorite artists are in the Epstein files. Like a lot of them. Like don't think for a second that they're not involved. A lot of celebrities are involved, like 90% of them. So, and not only in America, in Latin America, in Europe, and the people who actually in control of all of this is the usual suspect, them boys. And, if you don't know, it's the ones that you say was 6 million, but it really wasn't. But, that's a different story. But again, we're going through all of these problems, and this has been going on for, if you want to get technical, since 1913, since Great Britain relinquished its ownership of Mandate Palestine, which is Palestine right now, but and Israel decided to say, well, I won't even say Israel, I would say the Zionist Federation, which is controlling Israel, but that's another story again. So we've been at war in the Middle East without even knowing it since, like I said, since the 30s, since 1938, because I think that's around the time that Israel declared its independence. But either way, it was through the Yom Kippur War, through the Peninsula. Listen, Jordan, is Syria, again, Iran right now, because they want to control the whole Middle East. And before, 6 months ago, Israel attacked Iran because of its nuclear capabilities. But ever since Iran, if you guys remember, again, 6 months ago, Israel attacked Iran, and Iran retaliated and did significant damage to Israel in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. And if you guys don't know, the Iron Dome and the David Sling didn't do anything. It didn't help. It was penetrated. So Israeli defense did not. It didn't do anything. If anything, like I said, Israel really felt the impact and really felt the threat of Iran and what Iran is capable of. So they forgot all about the nuclear capability that Iran possessed, and instead now focused on the missiles that they have. And because the ballistic missiles that they possess are insane. Like we can't stop them. The missiles that they possess, we are We are not up to par with them. So because of that, Israel decided to leave alone the nuclear issue, and we're focusing on the ballistic missiles that they possess, because now that's a big threat. And right now, again, Iran has been attacking Israel. Of course, Israel's attacked Iran, killed the supreme leaders and a couple other heads, but again, we are going to feel the impact as Americans. Why? Come tomorrow, in the next couple of days, that oil, the barrels are worth $68, and as of yesterday, I think is $78. So it's predicted to be tomorrow, Monday, $100 a barrel, which means that we are going to feel the pump in the gasoline station. We're going to feel our pockets, and that's not only going to affect just the gasoline. Is going to affect food, just everything that's supposed to keep America running. So again, don't think for a second it has to do with the Epstein file, because it doesn't. This war's been going on for a while already. So, and the whole thing is that for those of you who are unaware, it's not about Donald Trump wants to do these things. He doesn't have a choice, because in order for him not to go to prison, if you guys remember, he was fighting 3 federal charges right before he became president for his second term. He was going to go to prison, but he made an agreement with, of course, AIPAC and the ADL, and again, those are Israeli, run agencies. But in order for him not to go to prison, he had to make a deal. In other words, to say the least, with the bottom, But either way, and because of that, he's doing whatever they tell him to do, which is why us as Americans, we're being occupied. And for those of you who don't know, we've been occupied since 1963 after the JFK assassination in Texas. So, and I'm pretty sure none of you are aware, but even declassified information says that Israel was involved, the Mossad was involved, CIA was involved, the mob was involved. Why? Because John F. Kennedy, our last true American president, was raising too much concerns. So because of that, he had to be taken out. And ever since then, when Lyndon B. Johnson came into power, he decided to relinquish all our powers and give it to, foreign agencies, such as, let's just say Israel. So, yeah, there's a lot going on right now that a lot of people need to really focus on, and you really have to pay attention to what's going on in foreign policy, domestic policies, and how our country, America, is being occupied. Again, I don't want to say it, but by Israel. So, you guys really need to put your phones down instead of looking up what Cardi B's doing, Megan Thee Stallion, or, all these other rappers, or even celebrities, whatever. You need to pay attention to what's going on domestically in our country and how things are being affected right now. We're all being affected by this. So, how about you look up and pay attention to what's going on, because we are definitely being occupied. And this war that we're in right now, this is what's going to start World War III. If it hasn't started, it's going to start, because now Germany, France, Russia are talking about getting involved too. So this is how World War I and World War II started. And conspiracy theories will tell you that apparently even in the Bible it says that World War III is supposed to start in the Middle East, and right now that's what's going on. So be more aware of what's happening in the United States, and we don't want any wars. So bear in mind, if anybody tells you that this is a good thing, it's not a good thing, because in the end, Iran was not a threat to us. They've been saying Iran has nuclear weapons for the past 30 years, and even if they did, they weren't a threat to us. They're a threat to somebody else, like I said. But again, pay more attention, and stop blaming Donald Trump, because it's really not his fault. If anything, it's your fault for being uneducated about foreign policies and what's really going on in our country. This is why they have all of these celebrities, rappers, and all of that distracting you from knowing the truth. So, and another thing, just want to, again, encourage you to purchase this book, Why Women Deserve Less, and its predecessor, Why Women Deserve Less as well, even less and less. But, you know, that's a different story. We could talk about that on the next episode on Why Women Deserve Less. But again, keep a lookout.